All right, back at it again. Opinionated Faxx. We got Mac, Soul Toast, Knight Rider, and the boy Scotty. All right, and me, Mr. Hollywood. Hey, so right now we're gonna cover NBA outlook. So NBA season has started. Everything's underway. So we got a good look at how these teams are gonna kind of pan out. So I'm gonna ask y'all, in y'all opinion, who is the biggest surprise this NBA season so far? It could be anything, a single team is a surprise or a single player is a surprise. So, hey, Mac, I'm gonna start with you.
The biggest surprise? Probably the way the Nets fucking traded for Harden and the motherfucker came in, plugged and played. Ain't gonna lie, I didn't see it coming that smooth, bro. Like, I mean, James Harden came in and, people kind of forgot when he was with OKC, he was a point guard. And he assumed that role, man. I was listening to the Bomani Jones podcast the other day. Was it Bomani? Nah, it was the real ones, Raja and them. He was talking about that, James is really the point guard. And the reason we think of Kyrie the point guard because he's 6'1". And he right. Like, Kyrie's a fucking shooting guard. Like, he's not a point guard. Like, he can pass, but, like, that's not his nature. That's not, like, what he likes to do.
You're like Iverson.
James Harden can do it all, but we know he's an exceptional passer when he puts his mind to it. And he has, man. Like, he's fitting in well. They're not beating the Lakers. I don't care what you say. The Lakers and AD will dominate them. Lakers in 3.
3.
In 3? That's just for the killers to hold up.
Are you drinking too?
I said what I said. 3.
Well, first and foremost, brother, I'm gonna have to tell you this right now. Weed kills brain cells, bro. So I need you to lay off.
I never touch weed. My name is Cigar King South. I ain't never.
Whatever you lacing the cigars with. Hey.
Y'all not beating us because you don't play defense. You allow 165 points a game.
Okay. I tell you what.
Hey, y'all might as well bring Nash back. Y'all not gonna play no defense. He might as well play. Shit.
He coaching. They play like he play.
I'm gonna save my energy for that for a later time. All right.
If he don't, if y'all gonna do that. Look, KD's offense is all the way back 100%. KD's defense has left the building, folks. He don't play defense no more. No more.
All right. All right.
Now
we got you. Hey, Scotty, who do you consider the biggest surprise so far this NBA season?
The fucking Knicks being 14-16 right now. That's the biggest surprise to me.
We said
we out here
16. Oh my God, that's so sad.
Hey, Randall out here balling. He about to get this all-star spot. Killing them. Look, 14-16, I'll take it on there.
That's poverty, B.
Nets sweeping the Lakers in the finals. 4 games. Might even be a gentleman's sweep.
You fucking
all right, and 5. Look, AD and Rod got the same right ankle.
Chill out, man.
And for those of y'all watching, my boy got a bad ankle. That's all I'm saying.
I was wondering, hey, bro, real talk. In my head, I've been wondering when is somebody gonna bring up Rod's fucking
Look, the Lakers are not going to be able to defend all 3 of those guys. They can't even defend KD. Ain't nobody on that roster can hold KD under 30 points.
No, no doubt. Yeah, ain't nobody going
on that. Yeah, like Kyrie, they ain't a guard on the Lakers that can hold Kyrie.
Is Kyrie gonna be able to make a deep play? We talking about bad ankles. Like, is he gonna be there?
Hold on, Kyrie didn't even have.
That's a legitimate question. That man's been hurt for 3 years. Like,
come on now. Look, even if he sits the rest of the season, plays the playoffs, he'll be fine.
Agreed.
All right, we'll see.
But I'm with you. I'm with you though. I think the Knicks are surprising a lot of people. I think aren't they top 8? I forget what their ranking is. But
we got the 8th seed right now.
Got the 8th seed.
The East is horrible, man. Like letting bums in. Like we the 8th seed. It's terrible.
There's a playoffs here now, isn't it?
Yeah. I think kind of minus those top 4 or 5 teams in the East. The rest of it's going to be like a gamble. It's kind of hard to see who's going to come out there. I know Charlotte was making their ways up the ranking. So, it's going to be kind of surprised to see what happens. Speaking of Charlotte, hey, Sotos, what you think, bro?
My biggest surprise is Boston because they're what, 500 right now? Mm-hmm. And with the players they got, And in the East, I don't really respect the East that much. I mean, it's either Boston or Philly. Because I didn't think Doc Rivers would have Philly running like they are right now. Joel Embiid looks like an MVP candidate. Ben Simmons getting career points and all that. So success-wise, I didn't expect Philly to be as good, and I didn't expect Boston to be this mediocre in the East. In the East, if you're decent, you should be above 500. And if you're somewhat close to good, you could be below 500, like the Hornets or a team like that. We got the rookie of the year on the team, Gordon Hayward, looking like Gordon Hayward, I guess. But yeah, Philly and Boston, and Lakers going to win it against the Nets because I don't think the Nets got the defense for it. I mean, it's crazy how much points. Like if the Nets add someone like Andre Drummond or someone who can do something,
do something.
But unless they add someone important like that or add in a bunch of pieces just for defense, that gets tiresome after a while. And I've already seen James Harden on a team where they miss 27 3-pointers in a row to get kicked out of the playoffs. So I'm not trusting all offense in the playoffs unless it's Steph Curry on there or something like that. So I think the Lakers are gonna take one from the Nets, 6 or 7 games. I think it could go the distance. But in the West, I'm not taking Utah that serious. I don't care how many games they win. I've seen the Hawks win a bunch of games and do nothing. I've seen Orlando win a bunch of games and do nothing. I've seen the Nuggets win a bunch of games and do nothing. It's once they get to the playoffs, what happens? Because winning all these games, LeBron and Kawhi, they know regular season is not that important. You just got to get in the playoff. You're trying too hard winning 60, 70 games and like that. They're going to tire themselves out. So I think Lakers going to make it to the finals. They're going to play up against the Nets or Philly. And I think the Lakers going to win it again because I'm just not betting against LeBron making it to the finals.
Sounds good. I mean, I guess we have mixed relationships on that one. But either way, I'm going to have my spill on at the end. But right now, we're going to head over to Mr. Knight Rider. What you say is the biggest surprise so far?
My biggest surprise this year is how bad the Wizards are with Westbrook and how good the Jazz are so far. The Wizards, that's just, I don't understand. Like, they won more games without Westbrook than they have with him. Like, it doesn't make no sense.
Like, I don't even know who they have besides Westbrook and Beal.
Yeah,
honest.
but still, they could stay in the East though, man. They won more games without.
I don't think they got double-digit wins yet.
Oh man, no. And it's kind of crazy when you got Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal who's still having another amazing year, and they still can get wins like they should. You know what I mean? So that's kind of crazy in itself. I think they had a top 10 draft pick. I forget the dude's name, but he was a high draft pick, and he's not really panning out like they want to. I mean, he's a good piece to have and developing, but right now he's not panning out like that. So for me, I say my biggest NBA surprise so far, I'm gonna say my Nets, and that's just how the pieces came together and how we went and got James Harden. Yes, we are getting exposed on defense right now. They're figuring it out slowly but surely. If they're able to pick up a player like a Drummond or just anybody, any big man that can actually help impact defense side of the ball. But I am surprised at the way everything's panning out right now. James Harden has took on this point guard role, and he is thriving. I mean, bruh is thriving. He can average maybe 13 assists at the end of the season if he keeps doing what he's doing. So that's a big surprise to me for somebody who was a 30-point scorer over like the past 3 seasons. He's coming in and he's taking that point guard role and just rolling with it. And I'm surprised they're doing that. So he's being really unselfish. And Kyrie's being Kyrie. I will say he's in that Allen Iverson type role, playing 2 guard at that height that he's at. And he's thriving in that position too. So if they can keep it going and keep the unselfishness going, I think offensively they can do some damage. And they will give the Lakers a run for their money in the finals. Now, I say it goes 7 games because if we don't figure that defense out, it might be something different. I say 7. I say Nets still win because KD's just that Can't nobody guard KD. We can't nobody guard KD on that team. The only reason we'll go 7 games because we'll probably get out rebounded by the Lakers.
Who gonna guard AD?
Hey,
look, nobody can guard anybody on these two teams.
All they gotta do is
LeBron
kick him in the
ain't,
knee. Kick him in
LeBron
the
ain't
leg.
checking nobody. AD ain't checking nobody.
LeBron ain't guarding nobody. Yeah.
It's going to be 180 to 180.
But to be real, Kyle Kuzma has developed into a defensive stalwart for LA. LA got players that can defend them, right? Like KCP can defend. Kyle Kuzma can defend. Mark Gasol can defend. Like Lakers got dudes that can play some defense. The Nets, I ain't seen that, bro. Like, I mean, maybe they'll change through the season because it's a long season, but as of right now, if the Lakers had to get a stop, they get a stop. The Nets.
You know what? You're saying the Nets can't play defense now. That Phoenix Suns game where they came back from, I believe, was a 21-point deficit. 21-point deficit.
That's an anomaly. That ain't the fucking rule. That's
KD and Kyrie was out. KD and Kyrie was out. So they had role players coming in playing that played better defense than KD and Kyrie.
Bruce Brown, he's a pleasant surprise. Bruce Brown is a pleasant surprise for me. And I think that we got Andre Roberson coming in. Yes, he's not great on the offensive side.
Please sub Roberson for Joe Harris. Please.
We would never. All right, look.
Do me a favor.
Roberson is just coming in as a defensive stopper. That's it.
That's 4-on-5. When Roberson's in the game, bro, you're playing 4-on-5. That's the thing about it. Roberson, you're playing 4-on-5.
That's what LeBron understands.
But do you see how Bruce Brown's playing? Do you see how Bruce Brown's playing? How he fits into that offense? Because he goes to the basket. If we could just have Andre Roberson doing that, we don't need him to shoot. We just need you to cut and play defense. Cut, play defense. That's it. Nothing else.
I think the Nets got the players to be somewhat competent at defense, but like they got D'Antoni and Steve Nash.
They don't host no defense.
There's no need for that. They're going to jack up a bunch of points and beat you that way. So and that's just their MO. Yeah. They're all for it. I mean, it's just a fun way to play.
I'm hopeful. I don't want that to be the case. Obviously, I want defense on this team because the team is just so star-studded on offense.
Hey, bro, your squad is definitely nice, but you gotta get that defense figured out.
Yeah, I hate for defense to be the Achilles heel of the team. At least play some average defense. If we're like 15th in the league, I'll be at least satisfied with that.
Yeah, but that's plenty. With that offense, 15th in the league, shit.
I'll be satisfied.
Holmes, you ain't got to hope. It's Nets in 4.
I got somebody on my back.
What you mean? That's our Nets, man.
That's y'all Nets. You was just with the Knicks. You was just a Knicks.
Look, I'm just happy the Knicks ain't out there getting smoked.
Hey, Matt, bro. Hey,
so you got Thibs, man. You got Thibs.
Hey.
He talking, we can't hear him.
Yo, Matt, unmute yourself.
On mute.
My bad, I muted. What's up?
Mac, you heard what it was.
I didn't hear what it was.
That's it.
And we'll leave it at that. So last question on this part. The finals matchup, who we are predicting. Myself personally, of course, I'm predicting Brooklyn Nets and the Los Angeles Lakers. That's who I have, and that's what I want to see. So, Scotty, who are you seeing?
I got Nets against the Clippers.
Ooh.
Nets in 4.
The motherfucker just said
playoff P?
Lakers ain't even gonna get past the Clippers, so I was just BSing, but they ain't even getting past the Clippers in the conference finals. What's that?
This motherfucker wake up every day with new ways to hate.
That'll work.
It's playoff P's time, man.
Playoff PP.
And since you're going, Matt,
playoff, I PP'd myself. Somebody call let me call it STD.
Man,
unnecessary.
Who's your finals matchup, Matt?
You already know.
Oh, I'm talking to you?
Yeah, who's your finals matchup, man? Come on.
Lakers Nets, bro. Lakers in 3. They're not gonna show up. Hey, Nets not showing up game 4, baby. Once they get smoked by 20 for 3 straight games, it's over. It's dead. It's done.
Lakers ain't even winning a tip off, bro.
Lakers
4
in,
games.
Man.
Get out of here.
Lakers in 3.
All right. Soul Toast, what you got, bro?
I can't give it to you Nets this year. I think they can get the next year, but I'm going with the Lakers and the coaching of Doc Rivers in Philly to get there, and then I'm gonna see him blow another lead, just like he normally does in the playoffs. It's just time's going to be against LeBron.
Argue with his superstars. Yeah.
Yeah. So I say Lakers 4-2 against the Phillies this year.
Oh, not bad. All right. Hey, Knight Rider. Who you got, bro?
I'll have to go with the 76ers against the Clippers. And I'll take the Sixers in 5.
Sixers in 5. Okay.
In 5.
Yeah.
You know what?
Ain't nobody can guard B on the Clippers.
I'm telling you right now, I would say the 76ers, but I'm just so hesitant of Ben Simmons. I don't know why. I'm just really hesitant. He's a superstar, but
motherfucker don't shoot.
He don't shoot. Like, you were talking about Andre Roberson and his offense. Like,
you're right.
Ben Simmons can still cut to the rim. He can still take on point guards, at that position, and that's how he'll get his points. But he can't shoot. Like, can you rely on this man in the final 2 minutes of the game in regulation? Like, hey, Ben Simmons, go get us a shot. Go get us a bucket. I can't rely on him. I just can't.
Just post him up.
Just post him up.
You in the Embiid way. Now you in Embiid territory.
That's Embiid territory. Yeah, that's what you think. But let's say Embiid get hurt, and he does have a history of being hurt. Let's say he gets hurt, and it's Ben Simmons. That's gonna be your go-to. Or you can pass it out Seth Curry, tell him to hit a shot.
Nah, you got Seth Curry. You got that. What's that other guy that got
Harris?
Yeah.
Like Jared Dudley, like Jared Dudley cousin then. What's his name?
Tobias Harris.
Tobias and Dudley, they look alike.
You said his cousin.
That's his third cousin. That's his third cousin.
Hey, if Philly loses any of those guys to injury, like if they lose Harris, Simmons, or Embiid to injury, they're done. They ain't getting up the first round.
That's a fact.
Great.
All right. Hey, so we got the final matches up right there. It's the end of the season. We'll see what we got. We'll see who's there, who's not there. All right. Moving on to the next segment. Pretty sure we all had a chance to actually see the video or read the transcript of it. But Draymond Green's comments on the treatment of players in the league. So I don't know if y'all really got a chance to hear it or not, but just a rundown. He's just talking about treatment of players like Andre Drummond when he had to sit on sidelines. He's healthy. He wants to play, but Cass sat him out because he's being traded. So, and like if let's say Andre Drummond kind of just started complaining in Draymond Green's vision right here, he'll come off as a cancer because, he's complaining about it, but he has to stay professional. You know what I mean? And that's how the league kind of is showing sometimes. Like, that's kind of what's happening. But what are your opinions on Draymond Green's rant on players' treatment? And I'm going to go with Soul Toast first.
At first, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Draymond. So when he starts talking, I always write him off. But then I listen to the whole thing, and I got to agree with a lot that he says about the mental health of players, of how what the media says, like we're supposed to pretend like that doesn't affect you as a person, as a player. When Kyrie had to go out for whatever his reason, he needed that, but it's looked at in a negative way. And about how you just said players getting sat down because they're about to be traded, but when a player seeks a trade, they get chastised and all of that. It's definitely a double standard, but I mean, that's the way it's been for a while. Not saying that it shouldn't change and that it won't change, but there's going to be some transition, and it starts with someone like Draymond Green speaking out and saying stuff like that. NBA is a progressive league. They listen to the players. So I think something will change with this. But yeah, I agree with most of Draymond said because it, like I said, it is a double standard. But I also think the timing of when players say certain things, like the whole league tampering and all that. He was talking about how he went on the TNT show and was talking about Devin Booker should go to another team and stuff like that. I just don't. I mean, that's just against the rules. I mean, Magic Johnson got in trouble for it. Like when Jay-Z was part owner of the Nets and he went into like the Kentucky basketball school team locker room, he got in trouble for that. And like there's certain things you just can't do. It's not like he's just singling out players. It's owners and GMs, and that too is just the timing of it, when stuff is allowed to be said and when it's not. But overall, I think this will start the conversation for it to change, because the NBA, they like to listen to their players. They like to keep them happy. So I think it's a good start, and I agree with most of what he said.
All right, no doubt. Hey, Scotty, what's your opinions on this?
I agree with Santos a lot on that. I don't think players should be fined for voicing their opinion about the officials, about their own team, about any situations. Yeah, they can't talk about their friends on other squads without getting a fine too. You know, these are 15, 20 grand fines coming down. Like, you know, that may not be, that's a lot of money to regular folks. They see that and it paints the NBA in a bad light because they're getting those fines. But I mean, it is what it is. Like Draymond signed a contract with the Cavs. Cavs won't decided to trade him, so they said, you know, cool, that's fine.
I mean, Drummond.
But
Come on, Andre.
Yeah, Drummond. And so when the player brings up they want to get traded, that puts a different light on the organization. The organization's making a business move for what's better for the team versus the players wanting to do what's better for them. Like at the end of the day, they could have been a top 5 draft pick going to a bad team that hadn't done shit in 3 or 4 years, and they're wanting to get out of there. But them leaving that organization puts them in a deeper hole because they had to use a commodity to acquire that player in the first place. Players should have a little more freedom of where they want to go. They got free agents. You know, there's no franchise tag in the NBA. You know, they move around a lot freer than NFL players and anybody else. Like he's got to sit tight to the contract, but the fining players for voicing their opinions, they shouldn't be viewed in a negative light based off of them wanting a better situation. But I don't think nothing's going to change. I think it's going to stay the same. Unfortunately,
we all be hopeful for a change, but it's hard. Can't really imagine it. Knight Rider, what's your opinions on this, man?
I appreciate what Draymond speaking his mind, but ain't nothing gonna change. But hopefully it will. But I don't think that's gonna change because players they'll try to get traded, and NBA is more. You could do it more often than the NBA, but like other sports like NFL, anything like that, you might well just cancel that because you're not going to. You could demand the trade all you want to, but it's not going to.
Hit at Deshaun, yeah, he sit tight.
Yeah. Look at the Deshaun Watson.
You and David Tully gonna be real good friends, sir.
Man, deleted everything from the Texas off his social media and stuff, and they still talking. We ain't trading you.
They don't have to.
Hey, they don't.
Well, we got that right there. Hey, Mr. Mac, my boy, what you got, man?
Draymond made some good points. But at the same time, man, the NBA players get it all, bro. Like, they have it the fuck all. Like, they got to deal with some of the downsides. Nobody, like, the reason you call it the union and, like, collective bargaining is because nobody gets everything they want. So, in exchange for your guaranteed contract, your really big NBA salary, you got to deal with some of the inconvenience involved in being traded when it's inconvenient for you because you are a contract under somebody's book. Guess that sucks. But dog, what about the upside? The NBA, when you talk about the upside of being an athlete in any other sport, the NBA checks all the fucking boxes. Like, damn, dog, I get it. Andre Drummond wanted to play but a team viewed him as a commodity, and we can't get you hurt if we trying to trade you. So no, they not gonna fucking play you because they trying to trade you, bro. Like the NBA dudes, man. And as far as like it being a progressive league, look, man, they about to start pulling some of that shit back. Hey, the owners are getting sick of that shit. Listen, I'm a fan of the game, and I just sometimes I agree with some of the shit, but I roll my eyes because you have to put yourself in this situation. You have to look at it like this. We are all employees to somebody, unless you like own your own shit, right? For the most part, most people are employees. Some of us have better jobs than others. Some of us have more freedoms than others on the job. When you're an employee to somebody else, sometimes you got to deal with some rules that ain't fair. The football players should be the ones out here fucking crying all the time. The NBA dudes, y'all, I hate to be this way, but sometimes they sound fucking spoiled like kids. It's like, you're not going to have it all, dog. Like, yes, it's going to get inconvenient sometimes. Fucking yes, people going to talk bad about you because you fucking playing bad. And no, sometimes your fucking mental health is not going to be thought of. And that shit ain't cool, but that's fucking life. If I'm the owner of fucking Detroit or whoever, the Cavs, and I'm about to trade Andre Drummond, why the fuck am I going to play Andre Drummond and get him hurt? And that's why I can't trade him. Now, Drummond, now, like you say, we talk about the double standard. It's a double standard because of the power dynamics at play. Like, your fucking boss can tell you, hey, dog, I ain't gonna be in until 11. I got an appointment. He ain't really got to tell you that, right? Your boss, he can do that. Your boss can not show up to work and, hey, man, what boss man at? Well, he went to an appointment. But you got to call your boss and be like, hey, man, I need time to go to this appointment. Do we have the time to do that? You see what I'm saying? Like, shit like that. It's a power dynamic thing, right? You're an employee, so you're not gonna get it all. But as athletes, they got it. It's about as good as it can be done. You know, it's the last group of athletes that had this sweet was like baseball players in the 90s. And I don't know if you noticed, you see what's happening to these baseball players now. They ain't got so sweet no more because fucking owners get tired of the shit. Owners like, damn, dog, I give you damn near everything. You gotta deal with some of the down. They won't. Sometimes it come off like they want all of the good and none of the bad, and it's bullshit. You know, you gotta deal with some of the bad, bro. But as a whole, if I had to be an athlete in any professional sport, it would probably be an NBA basketball player.
You know what I mean?
Still, you gotta realize the Cavs got 3 centers. So one of them got to sit. We got Drummond, you got McGee, and you got Jerry Allen. One of them got to go.
One of them got to go.
But see, this is where I kind of side with Draymond Green. Like, I don't agree with everything he said. Like, back to what you were saying, Matt. Yes, the NBA players have it easier than the other leagues do. And this is how it should happen, especially, and this is how I am on my regular job. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm thinking something, of course I'm gonna go talk to my people that's over me, like, hey, like this, that, and third. The Cavaliers at least owed it to Drummond and be like, hey, man, we're gonna trade you. You know, you're one of our trade pieces right now, so we're gonna sit you out. You know what I mean? Like, let this man know, like, you're gonna sit him out, and don't be like, okay, we're gonna trade you. We ain't gotta tell you nothing. Like,
but do we know that they didn't do that? Do we know that for a fact that they didn't?
That's what we don't know. I mean, and
that's what I'm saying.
And we're not gonna know that. But still, the same thing applies. Like, let's say, who was it? DeMarcus Cousins. He was traded over All-Star weekend. He found out in an interview that he got traded. So clearly, no one spoke to this man at all. He's not even his agent, so he didn't even know either. So and that's where the league has to. Well, I'm not even gonna say the league, just the owners and everything. You just need to have these conversations with these players. Like, hey, if we're gonna trade you, you're gonna be one of those trade pieces. We just let you know right now. It's not that we don't, have faith that you can do something or whatever or not, but we're gonna trade you. So we're letting you know this. We're not just gonna surprise you with like, hey, you got traded. Let's say, I'm gonna use that example, like military. Let's say, like you just show up one day and you heard all good things about the unit you're going to, like, oh, we're not doing this, we're not doing that. And they come knocking on your door. Hey, you're supposed to be going out to Afghanistan tomorrow. Like, the hell? You know what I mean? Like, don't you surprise me.
You act like that ain't never happened.
Hey,
you act like that shit ain't never happened.
Hey, look, we'll find out that, hey, you're deploying, you know what I mean, and we'll prep for it. But they'll at least let us know.
I got told 3 days out, hey, bro, you going to Guam. And I was
hey,
cool.
Go ahead, let's Guam. Get out of here.
Yeah, come on, man.
Hey,
Come on,
I'm a
dog.
man with a family.
Hey,
See what I'm saying?
Nah, they
Look,
I'm
told
a man
man.
with I got a wife and kid.
Look,
they
somebody
told
told
us
me 3 days I was going on vacation for 6 months. I'd be all right.
Look
man,
here.
they told us in February we was going to Afghanistan in June.
Hey, look. Hey, but hold up, hold up.
No,
Hey,
that's months.
look, they told me,
Months of
they told me, I want to say in December I was going to Thailand. I was happy about that. You know what I mean? I wasn't complaining. That's a surprise I wanted. But to tell someone they're leaving the place where they're at, where their family's at, to go to another place without a
Matter of
warning.
fact, it wasn't Guam. Hey, go day. It wasn't Guam. It was Kwajalein. It was Quad.
Quad.
It was
Oh,
Quad.
man.
They told us 3 days out. Hey, bro, y'all going to Quad? Like, what the fuck is Quad? Some island out in the Pacific. Okay, cool.
It's a nice island though.
I'm a man with a family, and they snatched me away from my family. All right.
Hey, stop. But look, the whole entire point that I'm just trying to make, like they could at least sat down with her and had a conversation. And this goes for anyone that's getting traded. At least sit down with the player, had a conversation. Like, hey, you're that trade piece. And it's like the media too with Kyrie's mental health. Do we know what Kyrie actually went through? No. But if you say he's taking a mental break, that stuff takes a toll on somebody. Like even if we say that, oh, he's not really going through nothing, that's still his mental stability right there. That takes a toll on somebody. So
If he wasn't your favorite player, you wouldn't be saying that.
I would.
If he wasn't your favorite player, you would not be saying that.
And hey, this is real. Hey, this is real.
You
I would be saying
break. You need a mental break.
I would be saying that because one, man, personally, I need a mental break. I had to take a mental break from work because, yeah, I was pushing it. I was doing everything I could do. I was doing more work than I should be doing. I'm not saying this is Kyrie, but I understand him needing to take a mental break because I need that break too sometimes. If you tell me right now that you don't need a mental break sometimes, you be lying to me.
I mean, we all do sometimes, but them the breaks, like you just, you did with the best you can. We get it. You did with the best you can. Kyrie breaks, he can go and find that big ass walking stick he came to the arena with last night.
Oh Lord.
That man is in there
shopping for that. He was shopping for that fucking cane.
Oh, you did that, bro. Come on.
I mean, look, when you find out that the world is actually round and not flat, like that's a lot to take in.
He figured it out.
We talking about I can travel around the world. I ain't gonna fall off.
Hey, that motherfucker figured out the world was round, bro, and this shit broken, dog.
Like, I need a break.
I'm saying
need a break, man.
These motherfuckers, okay, I need a mental break. So you take a week, you take 3 weeks, you don't cut your hair, you come back looking all homeless, and you're like, well, I need to go and find myself. Why you gotta come on? I mean, dog. Look, man, I get it. We all go through shit, right? Like, I'm not like his mental break thing or whatever that was. I'm not even like tripping on that. Like, hey, do what you gotta do. I'm talking about the way the players in general seem to always want all the upside, and they don't want none of the bad that come with it. It's like, dog, y'all the most pampered athletes in sports, and it's a good thing. You fought for that right, and you are, valuable pieces. So it's great. It's great that you can get that, but also not everything gonna break your way, and sometimes you're gonna be inconvenienced.
And that's why I agree with you. Like some of the stuff you just got to deal with. Some of the stuff you really just got to deal with it. It's as simple as that. We all go through shit that we don't want to go through, but sometimes you just got to deal with it, bite it, go on to the next game, do what you got to do.
It's like with this whole COVID situation, a lot of the guys didn't want to come back and play basketball so early.
Yeah.
The league was saying we have to have a quicker turnaround because of the way we got delayed last year. And so I get it from a physical and mental health standpoint on that piece, because I think Anthony Davis legitimately is out of shape. I think that's what happened to AD.
Yeah.
I think he's out of shape right now because of that quick turnaround. But I also see from the league is looking around like, hey, man, if we don't get our bread, y'all not getting y'all bread. So we in this together. So
like that.
Yeah, it's an inconvenience. It is an inconvenience.
That was like when they went to the bubble. You know how like if you don't have that verbiage in your contract about you getting paid regardless of all the situation and stuff like that, you ain't getting paid. That's kind of like simple. So I can understand that. I can understand that point. But yeah, I mean,
I think the NBA does it about as good as it can be done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Player,
Adam Silver has done a great job. I'm really happy with how he's running the league.
Hey, now NFL players, the motherfucker need to be fighting to get off the goddamn plantation. Scotty, I'm sorry, Scotty. I'm sorry. hey, NFL players need to be the one motherfucking fighting for their rights. Like, them motherfuckers get mistreated, bro. Like, real talk.
They do.
Tyrod's lungs with a needle and then release them. All right, listen, hey, bro. Like, I got a hole in my
thumb. Hey, we.
Damn.
They didn't release him. They benched.
What you about to say, Scotty?
We gonna act like Tyrod ain't get that check on the side though.
Yeah.
Like
he better be getting a fucking check. You put a hole.
He had that civil case against the Chargers right there, and then the shit just got dropped. Nobody drops it. Not with
Nobody
the contract
drops
that he had.
He got paid.
Yeah.
He about to get an NFL med board.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, hey, real talk. Hey, look, it's the NFL. Would it surprise you if the fucking the owner of the Chargers, I think his name is Spanos, went down to the team doctor and was like, "Yo, we really want to get a look at this new kid." And I heard you got to give my man Tyrod a shot. I'm not telling you to mess him up.
Oh man.
Hey, while we on these conspiracy theories, all right, back on Kyrie. All right, just think about this, right? The Nets and James Harden starts going back and forth, like the trade rumors start picking up.
Yeah.
Kyrie bounces.
Yeah.
On that.
Yeah.
Right? You know, Harden comes back. Harden gets on the team, then Kyrie comes back. What if Kyrie didn't? He wasn't open to that James Harden piece up front. Because Kyrie and KD kind of made that team. Like they were like, all right, he's coming here. Yeah. They got Jordan. Like they wanted DeAndre to come. They're both friends with him. You know, it could have been that Kyrie wasn't as acceptive to Harden coming over there and hooping with him at first, and he was like, all right, fuck it. All right, I'm gonna pull a Dennis Rodman on y'all boys. And
hey, Steve, I told you I ain't want no motherfucking. Hey, he told Steve he ain't want no coach. No way. I can be the coach, and you can be the coach. Shit, Joe Harris, you want to be the motherfucking coach? Like,
hey, look,
Steve Nash.
Hey, y'all right. Like Kyrie is one of my favorite players, but I don't agree with how he comes out in the media sometimes. I really just don't agree with it. He has the game, and you know that's what I love. But his words. Like sometimes, bro, you got to stop talking.
He has a disposition like he knows something that you don't know, and it's so fucking annoying. The earth is flat.
That's what I mean.
Hey, the earth is flat. Listen, your third eye not open. The earth is flat, my brother. Hear me out. And it's like, Kyrie, I'm just trying to eat my noodles, bro. Leave me alone. I'm saying, like, he gotta be exhausting to be around, dog.
Noodles, my dog.
Bro, you at lunch. You at lunch. Kyrie over talking about the fucking earth is flat. Fucking space ain't real. Fucking, are you really
ain't real?
You know, giving you pills and shit. Take which one? Yeah, dog. It's exhausting. Like, Kyrie, please let me chill, bro. I just want to eat.
Y'all seen what he said the other day on ESPN? That little piece they put out where he went and told Harden in practice, he was like, "You're gonna be the point guard. I'm gonna be the shooting guard." Y'all seen that?
It was his day to coach.
So this is what I said. Like, you didn't really have no choice with that one. I mean, you can go tell him all you want to, but that's how it's going to be, regardless. I know Kyrie is not a true point guard. I would never call him point guard. He's closer to Allen Iverson. I'm not saying he is Allen, but he's closer to Allen Iverson being that type of player. I was kind of happy when James Harden came over because I know he can pass the ball. I know he know how to work an offense. So I was kind of happy about that. Kyrie didn't have to rely on him for point guard duties.
I have a theory about Kyrie, and y'all hear me out. Y'all listening?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you, man. Come on. Come with it.
Kyrie is just a slightly better version of Stephon Marbury.
Get out.
Hey, I can get on
Stephon Marbury got a statue in China.
Yeah, go all the way down, bro.
Marbury on China.
Stephon Marbury, you need to get yourself check out right now.
Marbury.
Hey, he Stephon Marbury without the Vaseline, dog.
Hey, look, I told you, bro. I told you, them cigars are laced with something. They have to be. They have to.
Hey, why do those Starberries look better than those Kyrie's though?
Well,
I'm lying.
and they affordable.
Hey, bro.
$12.99.
Kyrie is a lot more like Marbury than y'all want to admit.
I will never call him Stephon Marbury.
Hey,
Never.
I'm with you, man.
The motherfucker
Starberry,
Stephon,
man.
hey, he's
It's
Stephon Marbury
Starberry.
1.5. Goddamn.
It's Starberry.
I'm sorry, man. I can't do it. Because Kyrie handles alone.
Have you seen Stephon Marbury
Have you
handle
seen
the rock?
Kyrie? Have you seen Kyrie?
Have you seen Steph Marbury handle the rock?
Really compare these two handles. Go ahead, please compare these two.
My man, hey, Stephon Marbury said, you don't need money to play this game. You need shoes.
Hey, look, on that note,
That's that goat shit, dog.
on that note, we're gonna have
This
to
shit was cheaper than Elijah.
we gotta end this segment, bro. We got to. You don't took this shit to another level. Oh my
Keep it
God.
in time.
Hey, look, hey, that was a good segment, guys. We went over the NBA outlook, on how these players are looking, how these teams are looking, and our finals predictions, and Draymond Green's rant. So a bunch of good points were made. I think this is really good. So we're gonna end it this way. All right. Y'all got anything to say? Good to go. Hey, my brothers, Soul Toast and Matt, they got their side podcast going. Go ahead and go into some details with it. How was that first episode with y'all?
Man, it was fun. Leo, I don't know about you. I had fun, man.
Yeah.
We're talking about, Star Wars, Marvel, and any other like really, really popular like show that has like a cult like following. It's just good conversation, man. We're not coming off as experts. So if you read enough comic books or you do this, guess what? I've only ever read like 6 comics in my whole damn life. Part of the reason I want to start this because I want to kind of start reading more comics. So if you're just interested in like the IP in general, come check us out, man. And we can learn from each other. We got a really good YouTube comment the other day. He broke it down to some details that I didn't even know. I didn't heard some of these characters I never heard of, a friend of ours. So we're learning, we're talking, we having fun, man. Come check us out, bro. Like,
all right, that's what it is. That's what it is. So hey, if you're not subscribed to them, go subscribe.
Oh, and one more thing. If you come over here, just be prepared to be shocked by the fact that man beneath me does not like Thor Ragnarok. You just understand that.
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that I'd rather watch Man of Steel or something like that, or Paint Dry, or Waterfall.
You showed up disrespectful.
You know what? We definitely got to end it now.
We leaving, bro.
Hey, look, we'll be back again with another episode of Opinionated Faxx. Swipe up, subscribe.
Yes.
Like,
subscribe. Peace.